There's some confusion about faith and knowledge. Some people think that faith is believing what there's no evidence for. And some people even say that faith is believing what is contrary to the evidence. Well, nothing could be further from the truth. In the Bible, faith is always based in evidence. God appears in a burning bush to Moses before he expects him to believe. There's evidence for the faith. And then he gives signs to the king and to the people before he expects them to believe. The evidence always comes before the faith, and so it is always through the entire Old Testament. Evidence precedes faith. And in the New Testament, Jesus turned the water into wine, he healed people, and he cast out demons before he ever taught anything about faith. And who could possibly understand the resurrection until there was evidence to go on? People came to Jesus because they had heard or seen some kind of evidence about who he claimed to be. And the more they saw, the more they could believe. And the more information they had, the more he taught them about faith. And so it is through the entire New Testament that evidence always precedes faith. And the more knowledge they gained, the more faith they were expected to have. In Matthew 8:4, Jesus tells the people he had healed to go show the evidences of it. In John 14:11, Jesus invites the people to investigate the evidences for what he is teaching. Even in Hebrews 11:1, the author defines faith for us as that which is based in evidence. And in Romans 1:20, God says that there are evidences of his existence. So there are always evidences for what we believe, and we should never be afraid to investigate them. When Jesus rose from the dead, he could have just ascended into heaven and expected the disciples to believe and expected anybody else to believe. But that's not at all what he did. He appeared to them in the flesh and he said, here are the evidences that are going to be the basis of your faith. You can put your hands through the holes. You can touch my side. You can look at the evidences and verify what you believe. And he said, now on the basis of those evidences, you can believe that I have risen from the dead. There are always evidences for faith. We Christians believe in evidence. Ours is not a blind faith. We don't ignore reason and science. We believe in evidence and we follow the evidence, and that's where our faith lies.